What is up, guys? Is back. Today we are going to explain the story through Resident Evil 7 Biohazard through Resident Evil 8 Village. So let's start off about 6 years ago. Ethan and Mia Winters were married. Okay, so they were married, and then Ethan gets a email from Mia saying that she's doing a babysitting job and she won't be back for a little bit. And it turns out that and Mia gave her another email saying that don't or stay away from me, and tries to find Mia, and she finally knows where she could be at, which is in the baker's house. And so Ethan goes to the woods and stumbles upon a character, the father of the Baker family, Jack, and that's really not a big part, but that was just a scary part for people that didn't expect that really. And so when Ethan went to the house, into the baker's house, it's a big house. He went through the house and then he found his old tape of the sewer gators. As in the woods, you find a white van with the camera stand on top of the van, and or just on or besides the van, whatever. You can actually open the door, and there's actually a newspaper. When you open the van, there's a newspaper of the sewer gators, and on the back of it, if you can read, it says "Join us." And when he gets closer to the house, right after he sees that message, he automatically sees a sign saying "Accept her gift." And keep that in y'all's minds, okay? Keep that in y'all's minds, because that's going to be a pretty big part in this whole series. So, what was I about to say? Okay, so he goes into the house. He sees a tape, and at the end of the tape, everyone dies except for the cameraman, Clancy. The two other people, Andrew and someone else, I can't think of the top of his head. Matthew? I don't know. But Andrew and the other guy died. But they spared Clancy. And he's part of every DLC besides Ethan Must Die, or I don't really know about Jack's 55th birthday. I don't know about that, but I know that he's in the bedroom, the 21 card game. What's the other? It's you have to battle until dawn or something like that. I forgot what it's called, and then but not daughters. Daughters, you're playing as Zoe in that one. And so after that, Ethan tries to find Mia, and Mia's in the prison cell. So Ethan gets some bolt cutters because the door's chained up, cuts the chains, and talks to Mia. And Mia mentions that there's a family that's been helping her through 3 years, and that she really likes the family. She wants to stay there. And so after that long talk, she got to the room, and supposedly she saw a door. I really don't know why she mentioned a door, but she says it's gone. And if you don't believe me, go get the game yourself and actually play through the game. This is in the very beginning of the game, and after that, Mia actually turns into a psycho, a psycho killer, and absolutely cut off Ethan's hand with the chainsaw. And so Ethan doesn't have a hand anymore, and he has to fight Mia, or not kill her, but just fight her through with one hand with a pistol, or with just a gun, a normal gun. And he does not, or he did knock her out with the gun. She didn't kill him. But then you have Jack, okay, the guy that Ethan saw in the woods. And this is probably the biggest part in the story. And you're gonna think that's the least like important part of the story. Okay, keep this in mind what I'm about to say. When Ethan kills Mia, after like a minute or two, Jack comes in and knocks him out and stomps on his face, or yeah, hard. Keep that in mind. And then that drags both Mia and Ethan. Blah blah blah. We're going to the important. You know what? We're gonna cut right to the important part. And meets Jack Baker, which we already know, Lucas Baker, and Marguerite Baker. Lucas is the son. Zoe, on the other hand, hasn't turned into her family, so like she's like the only normal person. And there's a grandma. Keep that in mind. There's a grandma that randomly moves around and stuff, and yeah. And actually, that grandma turns out to be Evelyn. Evelyn has like hit herself, and that's why she's always around, and that's why you can never aim at her, because she's actually Evelyn. And I don't know why I forgot why she's an old lady. She probably tries to find some disguise, and she turned out to be an old woman. And she turned into, at the end of the game, she turns to this weird tree thing with the face, and you have to kill her, and then at the end of the fight, blah blah blah. And so we have now Resident Evil Village. Starts out pretty good, because you have Ethan with his daughter and wife, or not really his wife. It's actually Mother Miranda, the main character behind all of this, besides Chris Redfield. It's really crazy, because she can turn into anyone out of those people, like Ethan, and we actually came really close to seeing what Ethan looked like, but we did not, and we probably won't see him, because he actually died. This is a spoiler video, okay? So if you have not beat this game and you don't want to see any spoilers, I don't recommend you watch this video. I should have mentioned that earlier in the video, but the stream, but like, still, like, it's spoilers. It's flat out spoilers. And so, and Rose actually turns out, hold on, before I get to that part. Ethan finds out that Duke tells him the four lords. And those four lords are the four main bosses you have to fight. First is the Lady Dimitrescu. and that's that tall 9'6" lady, and you have to fight her after you get out of the castle and you get that Hydro Flask. You have to have a dagger and you stab her right in the right like at your chest, well, not chest, not what am I saying, at the hip, and it's crazy. It's really crazy, but what time is it? 9:49. Yeah, so like turn back. So like I was saying, after that happened, you have her, and then you have Donna, and Angie. So you have Donna, Benevito, and then you have Angie the doll. I don't know their story really. All I know is that they're mainly they're the puzzle, like they're Lucas technically. They're like the puzzle maker, they like puzzles and stuff. So yeah, you'll wonder why that's the puzzle people. And then what else? Oh, and then you have Salvatore Moro, which is a fish. Or at the end, you can see how they really their subjects, their experiments. They used Mia as the experiment, and that's how they formed. Really, some of them formed, like you know, and so what the problem with that is that at the end, once you and Heisenberg is the toughest out of all of them. He's probably the smartest besides Dimitrescu. Um, and then the dumbest one's probably Moreau. He's very innocent, but still pretty dumb. He's my favorite one out of all of them, but still, um, Village is a good game. And at the end, we see that Rose on a bus, and there's two other kids, or two other people, one kid, and then one mother talking about, just your stuff that doesn't really matter in the story. And then she goes out, and it's actually Ethan Winter's birthday, and she says happy birthday, and then one of the guards came, said, um, are you ready for your test, Evelyn? I think maybe you ready for your thing, Evelyn? And I'm gonna post a video of that. I'm absolutely gonna post a video of that. That shocked me. That y'all will see my reaction. And if y'all want to know, if y'all want proof that I beat the game, you only have this difficulty if you beat the one time. And I will make a stream doing hardcore and then Village of the Shadows. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. But it's gonna be hard though too, because there's some of those people, man, and it's gonna be hard, but especially with Mother Miranda, especially with her. So Evelyn said that Ethan, when Miranda put out his heart, He went to like heaven or something like that. It was a cold place, he said. It was kind of dark. It was just a scary place, kind of. And then what Evelyn said might have been the biggest thing I've ever heard in a Resident Evil game. And I played Resident Evil 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. So Evelyn says that Ethan actually died 3 years ago during the Dolby, Louisiana, um, um, thing. And, what actually happened was when, like I said, keep the Jack knocking out Ethan out thing. That actually killed Ethan. And Ethan didn't buy it. He said it's bullcrap. And at the end, he actually turned into mold, stone, and he actually sacrificed his life for Chris, Mia, and Evelyn. Not hashtag, slash Rosemary, and Evelyn. And I guess Evelyn got reincarnated to a human, and yeah. So that's pretty much the story. I know I didn't tell everything, but I will. It's late, man. It's like 9:50, so I'm not gonna say everything. I'm only gonna say the main parts of the storyline. So if you enjoyed, I guess, today's little stream, because I didn't feel like making it a video. So if you enjoy, click like, sub, and yeah, if you enjoy this little thing, then just yeah.